Welcome back to World Coins History. You've heard the saying, old is gold, but these rare state $quarter coins that are worth more than you might imagine. Before you watch entire video and comment if you find one of these, who knows? Your next treasure could be hiding a fortune. Let's dive in. Top 1, today, coin lovers and treasure hunters. Because this isn't just any quarter we're about to talk about, this is one that has caught the attention of collectors all across the country. We're diving into the 2019 United States $quarter from Lowell, Massachusetts, and let me tell you, there is more to this coin than meets the eye. If you've got one in your collection, or you've just come across it in your pocket change, don't go anywhere. Because what you're about to discover could completely change the way you see this modern masterpiece. The Lowell Quarter is part of the America the Beautiful series, a breathtaking coin collection that highlights some of the most iconic national parks and landmarks across all 50 states. And in 2019, the spotlight was on Lowell National Historical Park in Massachusetts, a place with deep roots in America's industrial history. But this isn't just about history, it's about value, rarity, and the kind of errors that collectors dream of finding. Now here's where things get thrilling. Because while millions of these quarters were made, only a tiny number have the unique traits and pristine condition that make them stand out. When a coin enters circulation, it gets scratched, worn down, and passed through thousands of hands, but the coins that survived in uncirculated, mint-fresh condition? Those are the treasures collectors chase with passion. The design on this coin is something special. On one side, you'll see a female textile worker right at the heart of a busy mill, a tribute to the labor force that powered the Industrial Revolution in America. The details are stunning, the machinery, the loom, the factory windows. It's like stepping into history through metal and design. That alone makes it a collector's favorite, but wait till you hear what makes it rare, because not all Lowell quarters are created equal. Some of them were struck with mint errors, those rare, accidental flaws that can turn a simple coin into a collectible gem. We're talking about double dies, off-center strikes, and even die chips that slightly distort the design. Some quarters show doubling in the hands, the face, or the mill structure, details so tiny you need a magnifying glass to catch them, but they drive the value way up for collectors who know what to look for. And if you happen to have one of these quarters with a major error, especially if it's uncirculated and still gleaming, you could be sitting on something very special. Coins like these don't just disappear into coin jars, they get snapped up fast by savvy collectors who know their worth and understand the power of rarity. Now, listen closely if you're a collector or just getting started in the world of coins, because here's a tip that could help you strike gold. Always look closely at every coin that passes through your hands, especially the quarters from 2019. Focus on the details, the shine, the alignment of the strike. If something looks a little different, don't dismiss it, research it. That's how great collectors get ahead. They notice what others ignore. And here's another smart move: keep your coin in a safe, airtight holder if it looks clean and uncirculated. Never clean a coin, no matter how tempting it is to make it shine. Natural toning and patina actually add to its character and value. The key is preservation, because once a coin is scratched or damaged, that value can drop in seconds. Collectors around the country are already hunting for this quarter, especially those rare early strikes and mint errors that are becoming harder and harder to find. This isn't just hype, this coin has become a hot topic in the numismatic world, and prices are rising as more people realize how few high-quality examples are left in the wild. Now let's get to the question everyone wants answered: what's it worth? Well, for the average circulated version, you're probably looking at its face value right now. But if you've got one of those rare Lowell quarters with a mint error, or it's in uncirculated, untouched condition, then you might be holding a coin that's worth as much as $1,000. Yes, you heard that right, $1,000 for a 25-cent piece that could be hiding in your change this very moment. That's the beauty of coin collecting. You never know when you're about to discover something extraordinary. So go check your change jar, your wallet, even that little dish on your nightstand, because that tiny Lowell quarter might just be your next big treasure. Keep learning, keep searching, and never stop exploring the world of coins, because you never know when history and value will meet right in the palm of your hand. Top 2, we're talking about the 2010 Yosemite National Park quarter from the United States Mint, but not just any quarter. This piece of American history holds more than just 25 cents in value, especially if you're a collector or a passionate coin hunter. Stay with us until the end because I'm going to reveal exactly what makes this quarter rare, valuable, and absolutely worth searching for. The Yosemite 2010 quarter was released as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program. It's the third release in the series and represents the breathtaking beauty of Yosemite National Park in California. What makes this coin stand out from millions of other quarters in circulation isn't just its beautiful design but the surprises it carries, those special traits that make a coin collector's heart skip a beat. Every serious collector knows, it's not just the coin, it's the story, the rarity, and the errors that can turn this small piece of metal into a big-time treasure. Now let's talk about rarity and errors, the part every coin lover craves. The Yosemite Quarter comes in several versions, including the regular Philadelphia and Denver mint coins, the special San Francisco proof versions, and even a limited number of silver proofs. But here's where it gets exciting. Some of these coins were struck with unusual minting errors, like double dies, off-center strikes, and die cracks. These aren't common, and when found, they light up the eyes of any collector. Coins with these types of errors are in high demand and often snatched up quickly by sharp-eyed enthusiasts. You could find a coin in your pocket change that's worth far more than you'd ever imagine. Another exciting detail is the satin finish strikes that were specially made for collectors and not released for general circulation. These are typically found in special mint sets and are known for their smooth, almost silky surface. And if you manage to find a coin with a clean strike, full details, and possibly an error, you're looking at something truly special that stands out in the world of coin collecting. Collectors love the Yosemite Quarter not just because of its rarity and potential value, but also because of the rich natural heritage it represents. Yosemite is one of the most iconic national parks in the United States, and owning a coin that symbolizes such a magnificent place is like holding a piece of nature in your hand. The beauty, the history, and the thrill of the hunt all come together in this one coin. If you're a new collector, here's a quick tip: always check your change carefully, especially coins from 2010. Look for strong details on the face of the coin, check the edges for errors, and don't ignore minor scratches or strikes that look different. Sometimes, those small imperfections are exactly what make a coin rare. Also, investing in a simple magnifier and a coin guidebook will go a long way in helping you identify rare finds that others may miss. So how much can a 2010 Yosemite Quarter be worth? While regular circulated versions are generally worth face value, some error coins and special mint issues have sold for more than $100 and even up to several $100s in perfect condition depending on rarity and demand. Yes, you heard that right, a single quarter that might be lying in your change jar could be worth over $100, so next time you get change from the store, don't be too quick to toss it in your coin jar. Take a closer look, because your next treasure could be sitting right in the palm of your hand. Top 3, we're diving into the 2002 Indiana quarter dollar from the United States of America, and trust me, this isn't just a simple coin, it's a piece of pure American spirit and it could be worth a whole lot more than 25 cents. So if you're a coin collector, a curious treasure hunter, or even someone who's just started noticing the change in your pocket, you're going to want to listen very closely to what I'm about to share. The Indiana 2002 quarter is not just a coin, it's a tribute to a legacy of racing innovation and pride, and some of these coins have turned out to be incredibly rare and valuable. Now here's where it gets thrilling and you can feel the heartbeat of history in metal form. This coin was released as part of the 50 State Quarters program, a program that brought each state's heritage to life on the back of a coin, and Indiana chose to honor something the whole world knows it for, the Indianapolis 500 and its racing legacy. On the reverse side of the coin you'll see an old-school race car zooming in front of the iconic outline of the state itself, with 19 stars symbolizing Indiana being the 19th state to join the Union. It's bold, it's fast, and it's beautifully designed, but beyond just looks, this coin has some surprises that only a collector with a sharp eye would catch, and that's where rarity begins to show its face. Because as we know, not every coin comes out of the mint perfectly, and that's where things start getting interesting for those of us who know what to look for. certain 2002 Indiana quarters were struck with errors during the minting process, and these tiny unexpected flaws are exactly what make collectors go wild. Some of these coins show doubling on the letters, especially around the words, Crossroads of America, or on the wheels of the race car. Others may show die cracks or cuds near the edge of the coin or in the center of the design. These little details may seem small at first, but to a collector they scream value, rarity, and uniqueness. What makes this even more exciting is that these errors aren't always easy to spot. You have to look closely, maybe even use a magnifier to see what's hiding in plain sight. That's why collectors are constantly checking every Indiana quarter they come across, because finding one with a mint error is like striking gold in your own pocket. And let's not forget how condition plays a massive role in determining the value of any coin, especially this one. If your Indiana quarter is clean, shiny, with no scratches or wear, and still has that crisp edge like it's just come out of the mint, then you're holding something really special. And if it also has an error on top of being uncirculated, well, now you've got something collectors dream about. Now if you're serious about collecting or even just starting, here's a little advice that could help you land something valuable. Always examine both sides of every quarter carefully. Compare it to an official mint image and see if there are any differences. Keep your coins in protective holders or coin albums so they stay in good shape over the years. And most importantly, stay patient, because the hunt is what makes collecting fun and rewarding. Also keep an eye on places where these rare coins might show up without warning, like estate sales, flea markets, coin rolls, and old family jars. You'd be surprised how many valuable finds have come from the most unexpected places. Just one sharp observation could lead to a discovery that changes your entire collection. This Indiana quarter is more than just a racing tribute, it's a powerful reminder that American coins are filled with stories and secrets waiting to be found by those who care enough to look. It's a piece of Indiana's soul wrapped in nickel and copper, and every collector should want one in their collection. So now for the part that everyone waits for: how much could this 2002 Indiana quarter be worth if it has one of those rare errors and it's in brilliant uncirculated condition? Get ready for it, because the value could go up to $4,000. Yes, that's right, $4,000 for one single quarter that most people wouldn't even glance at twice. So what are you waiting for? Go check your change, search your drawers, and look through those coin rolls, because you never know what's hiding right under your nose. That little Indiana quarter could be more than a memory, it could be your next big find. Top 4, we're taking a close look at a coin that might look ordinary at first glance but is actually a hidden gem for collectors all across the country. This is the United States quarter dollar from the year 2018, featuring the majestic Cumberland Island, and believe me when I say you'll want to listen closely, because the uniqueness and rarity of this coin might just surprise you. This isn't just a coin, it's a beautiful piece of American nature and history minted into metal. The 2018 Cumberland Island quarter was released as part of the celebrated America the Beautiful series, and it honors one of Georgia's most breathtaking national treasures, Cumberland Island National Seashore. Now when you flip this quarter over, you'll see a graceful snowy egret with its wings spread wide, standing tall in the marshland, a symbol of wild freedom and untouched beauty that few other coins capture so perfectly. But here's where things get really exciting, and you'll want to pay attention, because the true value of this coin lies far beyond its face value. Some of these quarters were struck with rare errors and variations, tiny details that make them stand out from the rest, and those differences are exactly what collectors are going wild over right now. Some 2018 Cumberland Island quarters have been discovered with doubling on the lettering, especially around the words, Cumberland Island, and Georgia, and others show die chips on the egret's feathers or minting issues near the edges of the coin. There have also been reports of off-center strikes and coins with slight misalignments that give them a unique charm that only error coins have. These are not damage, these are mint-made variations, and that's what makes them rare. If you've ever dreamed of finding a coin that's different from the rest, now is your time, because these rare features can turn a common quarter into a collector's prize. And that's why coin lovers and treasure hunters are constantly checking every Cumberland quarter they come across, hoping to find one with that extra bit of magic hidden inside. And don't forget, condition plays a huge role too. A Cumberland quarter that's clean, shiny, and in uncirculated condition has far more value than one that's been tossed around in everyday change. The luster, the edges, the surface, all of it matters to a collector. So if you've got one that still looks mint fresh, hold onto it tight. Collectors, here's your tip: get yourself a magnifier and examine every detail of the coin, especially around the lettering and the bird. Look for signs of doubling or raised bumps where they shouldn't be. Keep your finds in safe protective holders and avoid touching them directly to preserve the surface, and never rush to sell until you're sure of what you've got. There's something so thrilling about hunting through rolls of coins or checking that jar full of loose change on the shelf and suddenly finding a quarter that could be rare. That moment when you spot something a little off, something special, that's what keeps the world of coin collecting alive and exciting. The Cumberland Island Quarter is more than a coin, it's a tribute to wild beauty and a reminder that even the smallest details can hold enormous value. And knowing what to look for gives you an edge over everyone else searching blindly in the dark. Now let's talk about what you've all been waiting to hear. If your 2018 Cumberland Island Quarter is in uncirculated condition and has one of the known errors, like doubling or a die chip, it could be worth up to $6,000. Yes, that's right, $6,000 for a quarter most people would never even take a second glance at, so take another look at your change, at your coin rolls, at your forgotten jars. That quarter with the graceful egret might just be the treasure that brings you real value and joy. And now let's shift gears to another exciting coin that has its own tale to tell. The 2002 Indiana quarter dollar is next on our radar, and collectors, this one is full of power, speed and history, so stay tuned. The Indiana quarter is part of the iconic 50-state quarters program, and it represents something that Indiana is known for worldwide: the thrill of fast cars and the legacy of the Indianapolis 500. That race car in the center of the design racing across the outline of the state is more than just art. It's a moving tribute to the soul of Indiana's racing culture and American innovation. But just like the Cumberland Quarter, the real treasure is hidden in the details, and only the sharpest eyes will catch them. Some Indiana quarters from 2002 show clear signs of doubling in the text or on the race car itself, and some rare pieces show die breaks or even slight planchet flaws that were created at the mint. These are the types of coins collectors go crazy for because they're rare, they're unexpected, and they're real. Add that to a coin in uncirculated condition, clean sharp with its original shine, and you've got something that collectors will pay good money for. Collectors, take this tip to heart: study the designs of your Indiana quarters carefully and compare them with confirmed error coins. If you see any misalignment or unique markings, don't toss it aside. Protect it, preserve it, and get it looked at by a professional. And don't forget to always use gloves or hold your coin by the edges to avoid fingerprints or damage. Keep your coins safe and stored in cool, dry places away from moisture or extreme heat. These small steps protect the big value your coins could hold. Now for the grand reveal: if your 2002 Indiana quarter has a known mint error and is in top grade condition, it could sell for as much as $4,000. Yes, $4,000 for a single quarter that might be sitting in your drawer right now without you even knowing it. This is why collecting coins is so much more than a hobby. It's a journey filled with history, surprises, and sometimes incredible rewards. Top 5 and last rare coin. Are you ready to uncover the secret behind one of the most stunning quarters in your pocket change? Because today we're diving deep into a coin that's not only visually striking but also hiding incredible value for collectors who know exactly what to look for. This is the United States quarter dollar from the year 2012, featuring the breathtaking Acadia National Park in Maine. And believe me when I say this is not just another piece of pocket change. This coin is part of the famous America the Beautiful series, and it captures the powerful image of Base Harbor Head Lighthouse standing tall against the crashing waves of the Atlantic. It's more than just a pretty coin, it's a powerful tribute to America's natural beauty and maritime strength. And behind that beauty lies something even more thrilling: rarity and hidden errors that make this quarter extremely valuable to collectors around the world. So if you're a coin collector or someone who just stumbled upon this quarter by chance, you need to listen to this very carefully, because what I'm about to share could completely change how you look at this coin. The Acadia Quarter was released in 2012 and millions were minted, but not all of them are the same. That's right, some of these coins came out of the mint with very specific and rare mistakes, known in the collector world as mint errors, and these are what makes certain Acadia quarters incredibly sought after and potentially worth serious money. There are Acadia quarters with doubling in the inscriptions, like Acadia, e pluribus unum, or even around the word Maine, and that kind of double die error sends collectors running to get their hands on one. Imagine looking closely at the text and seeing it appear almost like it's been printed twice, slightly shifted. That's not damage, that's an official mint error, and it can mean big value. but that's not all. Some of these quarters were struck off-center or with a die break that caused extra metal to show in places it shouldn't. A known example is the extra metal lump on the lighthouse structure or between the waves that wasn't part of the original design, and if you have one of those you better believe collectors will be interested. Collectors love coins that stand out from the rest, and nothing stands out more than a rare mint error on a coin that's already part of a beloved national park series. And when those rare error coins are found in uncirculated condition or in a proof finish, the value climbs even higher. Condition is everything in coin collecting. So if you've got an Acadia quarter that still looks fresh and shiny like it just rolled out of the mint without scratches or wear, then you've got something worth holding on to. And if that same coin has an error, then you're sitting on something rare and potentially very valuable. Let me give you a tip. If you're hunting for Acadia quarters or sorting through a pile of change, use a magnifying glass and examine the coin in good lighting. Look at the details on the lighthouse and the rocky coastline. Check the text carefully for any signs of doubling or extra thickness. And always keep those high-quality finds in coin holders or sleeves to protect them from scratches or fading over time. The more coins you study, the better your eye will become at spotting the unusual, and that's where collectors really shine. It's not just about luck, it's about paying attention, learning what to look for, and staying curious every time you check your change. Now imagine finding one of these Acadia quarters with a doubling error or an off-center strike, and it's been sitting in your drawer this whole time. That's the kind of surprise that turns an ordinary day into a celebration for a coin lover. And now the part you've been waiting for: what could one of these rare Acadia quarters be worth if it has an error and is in top condition? The answer might shock you, because some of these rare error coins have been valued as high as $5,000. Yes, you heard that right, $5,000 for a 2012 Acadia quarter with the right kind of error and in mint condition. So check your coins carefully, look for those hidden details, and protect the ones that stand out, because this is a quarter that might just make your collection truly unforgettable. Now let's shift gears for a moment, because there's another coin we need to talk about, another beauty from the state series that's revving up excitement for collectors across the country. It's the United States quarter dollar from the year 2002, the Indiana Quarter, and it's got a story full of speed, style, and secret value that you do not want to miss. The Indiana Quarter is one of the most thrilling coins from the 50-state quarter series, and when you see that iconic Indy race car speeding across the coin's design, you know you're looking at something powerful. The quarter celebrates Indiana's deep roots in racing history and the Indianapolis 500, the greatest spectacle in motorsports. Now here's the twist that makes this quarter especially exciting for collectors. Some of the Indiana quarters were struck with doubling in the race car's wheels or the lettering, doubling that's only noticeable when you take a very close look under good light or magnification. And some of these coins came with die chips, extra metal marks, or even off-center strikes, all of which turn a regular quarter into a collectible prize. Collectors are drawn to coins that are different, that feel unique, and the Indiana Quarter delivers exactly that when it comes to mint errors and artistic power. The design is bold, fast, and packed with movement, and when you find a rare version of this coin with even the slightest minting flaw, the demand goes through the roof. Just like the Acadia Quarter, the Indiana Quarter's value increases dramatically when it's in high-grade condition. That means shiny, bright, no scratches, and that fresh from the mint look that every collector dreams of finding. Let me give you another collector's tip: study the wheels on the race car, look at the stars around the coin, and check for any signs of raised metal where it shouldn't be, or text that appears unusually thick. These are your clues to finding something valuable. Also, make sure to store these coins safely in albums or protective sleeves to keep them from fading or being damaged. Handle them with gloves or touch the edges only, because even the smallest fingerprint can impact the value of a rare coin. Finding one of these rare Indiana quarters in uncirculated condition with an error is not impossible. It just takes patience, curiosity, and that sharp collector's eye. Keep checking your change, your jars, your rolls, because this coin could be hiding in plain sight, just waiting to be discovered. And now for the big reveal: if you find a 2002 Indiana quarter in pristine condition with one of the rare mint errors, its value could go as high as $4,000. Yes, that's $4,000 for a single quarter that most people might spend without even noticing its true worth. So take this as your sign to look deeper, appreciate the stories behind these coins, and never underestimate the power of what might be hiding in your pocket. Thank you so much for being with us today and joining the journey through two of America's most stunning and secretly valuable quarters. If you enjoyed learning about the 2012 Acadia and the 2002 Indiana quarters, make sure to give this video a like, subscribe to our channel and tap that bell so you never miss another rare coin discovery. Until next time, stay curious, stay passionate and happy collecting to all of you amazing coin lovers out there.